Hello, once again, it's Code Weaver. I'm here to do some morning gaming because it's just how I roll when I'm having a vacation week. Alright, so um, let's just cut over to the game in which I am playing Stranded Deep again. So, yesterday, when last we attempted to um, harvest an island of various underwater wrecks and clay and the like, I accidentally lost my raft. Yes, I did not park my raft far enough up on the beach, and the waves, I guess, pulled it away eventually, and out it sailed. And I would normally have to rewind the game, reload the game to a previous save point, because it's almost impossible to find a raft that's not in sight, and it was nowhere near visible from the island itself. But with a little bit of deduction as to the way the prevailing water motion, the waves, the wind, I guess, were going, I actually managed to find my raft. But that did lead me on a wild goose chase amongst the islands I was around, to lead me back all the way home. And now I'm all the way home, but all of my gear is on the other island. So that's going to be our first order of business. Also, last time, you'll notice, well, I guess you'll notice this time too, my base has gotten kind of expanded a little bit. I built the furnace in the last session, and the fuel still as well. Those are all the boxes I've collected from various wrecks nearby, and I'm going to be doing some more, so it's not like you won't see me do a lot of the activities that I've already done behind the scenes. It's just that a lot of my initial gameplay in Stranded Deep tends to be a lot of sort of basic resource harvesting. Like, I got lots of sticks, but I'm going to use lots of sticks. I got lots of fibrous leaves, but I use that for rope and to generate water, which, by the way, I should make sure I should drink a little bit more water, which I can't because it hasn't generated yet. So, I do a lot of resource collecting in my initial gameplay, which I really didn't want to bore the stream with. I'm kind of torn on that, because every time another streamer says that, it's like, no, just show the gameplay. Why not show the gameplay? You're playing the game anyway. If I want to skip over it, I can skip over it. So, it's a fair point that, for people who think like me, I shouldn't be doing what I just did. But it also meant that I could go through the boring stuff without talking to anybody, and since it took me, several hours, many hours, to just slowly harvest materials and deal with, critters along the way, I didn't want to speak for 8 hours at a time. Actually, even now my voice is starting to feel like it's almost ready to go, which is weird because I haven't been playing that much. Well, whatever. We're here. Let's get on with the game. Right, so what I want to do is, I think not only is, I went out to gather my raft with absolutely nothing, so all of my stuff is over there. Kind of want to make sure that I'm well hydrated and well fed, though, because hydration was a problem last time I went out there. I've got lots of spare food. Did I have anything on the cook? No, I did not, so I'm good on that front. Okay. Don't have any of my gear here. Don't really want to make spare tools. Don't really need to make spare tools. I actually got a fair bit of clay, but I'll do one more pass at it so you can see what that looks like, so I can just collect more clay. I'm going to collect clay, and I'm going to collect boxes and items from wrecks. Primarily, actually, I have a purpose for that. Not only is it because it gets me more parts to build things with, but it gets me, amongst the other useful items, these little sort of solar lanterns that stay lit all night, recharge during the day. And I like to have them dotted around my island so that my island is visible, at least if I pass between islands. They're not really visible as far away as another island, but boy howdy are they ever useful. So I like having those. Alright. Give me more water, need more water. Okay, so I think I'm fully hydrated. I am almost fully hydrated. It's good enough for government work. I think I got water in my... I might not have water in my thing at home. Actually, you know what I could do? This has been bugging me for a bit. I want... no, these are all actual consumables. That's not what I'm after. I'm actually after one of these. Could actually build an advanced tool pouch. You know, I haven't actually used the tool pouch yet. I should figure out how that works. But I need leather, and one of my islands has leather on it, which I will have to revisit. I will. It's funny. When I went out to gather my raft in the middle of the ocean, I ended up on an island that I've never been to before, which I then wanted to back away from because I had to get home. I was running out of water. So, lots of neat stuff to explore out there. I ended up on one that I had been to before, but that somehow I managed to leave quite a number of resources on without even realizing I'd done it, and that, yeah, that's just silly. So, building, vehicles, farming? No. These are all good things I'll have to learn how to do, but... Oh, water bottle, that's what I'm after. So I need a kiln, I need 2 clay, and I need rope. That is totally what I'm building right the heck now. 2 clay, rope, furnace, bottle. And the reason for this is this can contain a lot more water than the coconut that I have at the other island. That unfortunately means that I'm going to be here for a little bit, waiting for the still to generate me some water. Kind of implies I want to make another still. Or a water collector, rather. Yeah. So how do I want to handle this? I could make myself at minimum a spare knife, because the knife that I actually have is going to run out eventually. So it's not the worst idea in the world to build a spare. Okay, new rule, or new plan, while I'm waiting for the water to generate. We need knife. Where is knife? Where is knife? Refined knife requires an ordinary knife. No, refined knife requires stone tool, wood stick, and rope. One of each. Alright. Fair enough. Rope. Stick. Stone tool. Now we can make refined knife. Okay. The reason I'm doing that, and I will leave this knife here because I don't want to be carrying around multiple tools all over creation. Brain not operating tools. Oh, hang on. Oh. Well, now I feel like a bit of a dumbass. Alright. I had all of my tools with me, so I'm an idiot. But, you know what? Still not a bad idea to have a spare knife lying around. Ugh. Alright. Always check your inventory, apparently. While I am here, I will replenish my fibrous leaf supply. Because I can. And because this is a good time. I do use quite a bit of this for rope, so it's not like any of this will go to waste. And yes, I do have an enormous and monstrous supply, but, well, you know how it goes. Video game logic, right? Hoard everything. I admit, I'm a video game hoarder. If you do not want to take me into the dungeon, I'll be picking up anything that even slightly moves. Slightly moves. Anything that's on a shelf. Anything that's not nailed down. Really amazed I haven't been arrested in most RPGs yet. Because, I mean, seriously, you've got all the magic in the world at your fingertips in some of these games. Somebody is going to figure out how to do a fingerprint spell. There's an interesting idea for a story or a game or something. Anyway. Okay. I am going to have to get to farming eventually. if for no other reason than I identified that one of the things... There we go. One of the things I did was I built the fuel still. I was like, hey, look, I can build this. This is trivial to build, actually, and I can leapfrog straight into... doing a powered raft. Now, it used to be that powered rafts just required you to get the parts together, and then off you went, and that's all well and dandy, but they made it a little more difficult now. Now you've got two tiers of travel, one of which is wind power, which, you know, totally makes sense. Sailing around the bay and the lake. And the powered one now requires you to make fuel. And I made the still, which was easy enough once I had the clay, but it turns out, or at least I think what's happening is I need to feed it something that can be turned into alcohol, and ordinary plants and the like won't do it. I'm probably going to need fruit, which there's a very limited supply of in the game as such, because you have to pick it off of plants and the like. I may even have one on this island, technically. But the only way to get a lot of it would be to have farms. So really, if my supposition is correct, and I have to have... fruit in order to be able to make fuel. And that's the most plausible explanation as to why it didn't seem like I was generating fuel, although I didn't let the fire run all the way out. I'm going to need to have a whole pile of farms, which I've got a nice sandy stretch out here that I could build my farms in, or I could do it on the backside here. I'll try to figure out where I want to lay them out. Maybe along this back ridge, because then I have my... delightful resort built in this area, and I have this nice open beachfront that just, stares out over the ocean. And the farms are sort of hidden in back as a nice sort of garden area, and maybe I'll have a balcony up here. And yeah, hear me, I'm doing a little bit of urban planning and a little bit of architecture, and let's geek out about that later, because what I really have to do is make sure that I can fill up that water bottle that I have. So I get at least 4, but let's not assume that that's its capacity. Let's actually test that by trying to add more. Oh, and I got a million of these because I picked a whole bunch of them up. Yeah, it looks like a lot, I know, but I do go through quite a bit of it. Plus, it's technically renewable. Because even my island has enough to keep me well sustained in that over enough days, and I've got islands nearby. Okay, so water's coming down a little bit. I'm going to have to drink a little at some point. That's fine. Does add a lovely glow, doesn't it? Really, maybe should have put that out on the very tip of the thing, just because it has that lovely glow. But this lights up the camp nicely. Yeah, I'll figure out the fuel still eventually. You know what? Rather than experiment on that, I am going to, you can call it cheating if you like, I'm going to actually look up what it takes the fuel still to do. Some of you will appreciate you doing this, and actually, I tend to like to explore games to find out how to do stuff sort of in situ, but sometimes, especially when you're doing it as part of a stream, I guess I feel that this isn't really breaking a story moment. To look this up. No, you know what? I changed my mind. I'm not going to look it up. I'm going to operate under my assumption and work out how I have to make this work. So the reason why I think it needs fruit is I tried placing plants in it, but there are 3 parts to this. There's the fire, which I can keep lit. There's a collector, which I presume is where I actually... collect the fuel, and then there's the still, which I presume I have to put something in, and I tried to put plant material in there, and it would not work. For example, fibrous leaves, can't put it in there, so I'm going to guess it's fruit, because it makes sense, right? Fermentation of sugars produces alcohol, we can use that as fuel. Seeing as we don't have any dinosaurs conveniently about. What time is it? 4:39. If I can catch a fish or 2 while I'm here. Kinda tough to do this in the dead of night, but... It's a bit of a crapshoot if I stumble across it. Oh, there we go. All right. Let's get some air. The reason to do this is because it's relatively simple pastime as long as I don't run into anything that poisons me, which there's no guarantee it won't, which is why I saved before I went out doing this. But if I collect about six fish, I think I got 4 now. If I collect 6 fish, it's a little scary actually being down here at night. Oh, let's get air. Alright, let's head back in because I'm getting a little far away from shore and that's making me a bit nervous. I do have the one thing this particular island has, it's a little bit weird, it has these enormous shelves. Extended, very shallow beaches that go way, way out. Like I think I'm literally standing, like, here, well offshore. Collect a few more fish. Is that a thing we can do? Maybe. Quickly check. I have 7. Why don't we do a nice round 8? Alright. Computer science people, 8 is a nice round number. Behold powers of 2. Alright, so I've got a bunch of fish, which I technically didn't really need, but whatever. I'm going to put as many of them as I can on here, and I'll take the rest with me. Oh, I got to skin them first. Okay. This turned into a task. Right, so knife.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Yeah, it is a little disgusting. I had to do this with my dad a bit when we were out fishing. Although I very, very rarely had anything to do with cleaning the fish. Wasn't my thing. There's a talent to it. To do it, like, cleanly without... For loose definitions of cleanly. You know, I'm going to stop talking about gutting fish now. Alright. So I think I got them all 8. Yes, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get smoking as many of them as I can here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. 6. Oh, no, I can only do 5, so I got 3 to take with me. That's a thing. I can do a thing. Oh, and I can cook 1, which I should be able to get back to before it becomes a problem. And because it's only small fish, I'm pretty sure I'm only going to need 1 stick for that. Because I got so many sticks, no, no. It's cheap for me to... Alright. Oh, yes, I was going to check the water. Alright, so can I fit any more water in here? 5. So the water still collector produces 4, but I can actually store 5 in the bottle. Alright, so that's good to know. Alright, save the game. Here we go, save. Alright, run. We're gonna, before the sun gets too high in the air, we're going to... My god, that night of paddling trying to recover my raft, I must have gone all over the damn place. Alright, so we are going to not disrupt my arrows. And for those of you who are joining late to my little expedition here, the arrows from my main island point my way to the islands that I've been to, so that's just our outgoing. But every other arrow I place on the other island points to an island that leads inward. So with the exception of my main island, all arrows point inward. And that means that when I revisit an island, I always know how I can get back home. I think I'm going to... That's that island. I'm actually headed to that one there, I think. So let's find out. Anyway, all arrows point inward. And I've decided, although I haven't done this before, I'm gonna expand on that idea by making sure that if I leave a secondary island, that I have another arrow pointing into the island from the island I'm intending to head to, so that I can always follow it, so that I have an indicator of which ones I've been to again, but the arrow still points. The arrow doesn't give the erroneous impression that I'm on the main island. Like, I want to know exactly which direction always leads inward. So by orienting the arrows appropriately, I got a line to each of the islands, but I also know which direction comes in. Sort of an encoding, if you will, of where I've been to, where I haven't been to when there's no arrow, and also all the way back home. And part of the reason for that is because I only have Dead Reckoning at the moment. I don't have a compass, and the compass is kind of difficult to use when you're, floating around out here anyway, so you gotta stop paddling. And I don't actually have a map. So yeah, a really simple way of me marking how I get around. It'll be a while before I colonize a new island, though. I'm at least, at minimum, going to get myself to sailing level before I start visiting other islands, because this is slow, and I can only imagine that sailing is at least slightly faster. And I've never done the sailing before. I'd like to be able to leapfrog to fuel. I could leapfrog to fruit fuel. But anybody want to see me make a sailing raft? I kind of do. So check this out. This is where I left all my boxes. Is my intent. My intent was to... Okay, you are not bloody going anywhere this time. I'm not having it. Alright, so, right. Yeah, see, cooked spoiled medium meat, all this meat that I had gotten from all the crab meat that I'd cooked, all garbage. And I don't like this stuff floating around my island, because it kind of makes it look a little bit disgusting. So we're just going to bail on it out there, and the fish can have it. Happily sit out there until it decomposes. Alright, so can't use that anymore. It's a shame, because that was all really good meat. In fact, I'm pretty sure that one's spoiled too. No, this one's actually good. And I'm a little hungry, so let's do that. Alright. Now I'm back in the same position I was before, in as much as... Did I actually leave my coconut here? I'm pretty sure I did, but I'm not seeing it. Have I lost my drinking coconut? Well, whatever. It's... Oh, maybe I stuffed it in here. I probably did. There it is. I'm going to take that back home with me, because why not? But what I am going to do for the moment is I'm going to take you, and I'm going to place you here. Unfortunately, that doesn't lose any of the water. It's implicitly sealed. Alright. Can I get a fire going? Kindling. So, pick that up with the grabby arm. Highly technical term. You gonna stay put? Yeah, okay. Wow, yeah, so save. Save now, save often, save over. Alright, so we got a bunch of big pigs in here, and that's kind of concerning. We kind of do want to get some, tanning leathers for this. I do have my... Alright, so I do have my bow and arrow. You're a biggin. The main reason I'm doing this is because I don't want him chasing me all over the island. I don't technically need the meat. See, that's a problem. But you know what's an even bigger problem? Is that if I do it now, I'm going to have to take that... I'm going to have to cook the meat immediately and eat it immediately, and that's a problem. Really? Really? Alright then. That's the way you want it. We're doing this then, because I am not having you chasing me all over the goddamn island. Or I also don't want to lose my arrows. That is not helping. That is a weird bit of geometry right there, I tell you. I'm gonna die. This is the dumbest way to use a bow and arrow ever. Oh, jeez. Okay. At words to the gameplay people, anybody who likes playing these sorts of games, I mean, definitely pick up your arrows before you harvest the hog. I mean, your arrows don't disappear with the hog.
Disgusting.
And the wobbly head is, you know, slightly creepy. Alright, so we're gonna have to... Oh, an arrow nest. Excellent. Does that bring me up to 8? It does. I recovered all my arrows. I'm very happy about that. So, those are both cooked. I am definitely going to have to get home before this meat spoils. So, I'm going to head back this evening. Now, what that means is I want to get off my ass and explore things that I can explore underwater out here with. Do I have my pick? I do not have my pick. Where's my pick? Please tell me I did not leave my pick at home. Oh, there it is. So because I have the pick on me, I'm going to make sure I stash that. I make sure that I stash all that, and also store my bow. Not going to need my knife either. Right. But I might need my pick for clay. Save now, save often. Alright. Let's go on the hunt. Now this is going to be initially primarily a clay scouting mission with finding wrecks as I happen across them. But I will also go out to try to find wrecks by way of bubbles in a little bit. Once night falls, I might be able to identify key spots, except I'm heading home. Oh, choices, choices. Alright. Also got to keep an eye out for sharks, because they tend to be annoying, And I especially have to watch out for anything poisonous because I don't have antidotes. But sharks, I can, in principle, survive. I do not like that shark. Shark is out there. It's likely to just, that one's likely to just bash against me, but I still don't want its attention. Oh my. Aren't you beautiful and yet slightly terrifying? Still not finding any clay. Uh-oh. Yeah. That's a problem. And I'm dead. Check that action out. Well, I died. So there you go. Survived 18 days. That's the end of the stream. No, totally not the end of the stream. I'll just reload. But, so doing battle with the pig definitely took a lot out of me. So clearly I have to be a little bit more careful. That being said, I can't not be out here and not harvest. Specifically, as I said, Rex. So, because I don't technically need more clay. So actually, maybe I should be a bit smarter about this. I don't need more clay. So I'm going to switch my priorities. I'm going to take a clay find opportunistically. Because they tend to be at least somewhat rare. Alright. Seriously problematic in the water department. So this is where I grab the bottle. I take a couple of sips. So that's a thing. Watch out for that damn snake. I cannot afford to get poisoned. The snake is, if the pig, snake and or pig have respawned, I've got to be super careful. Alright, let's get a vantage point. Let's get up on the boat. You need to cool down, do you? Not seeing any obvious bubbles. It's a little hard to see with the chop, but... I tried to... Oh, fuck. That's... Pardon my language. Yeah. Fun times. Yeah, do not want to piss off the snakes. Oh, hello. I will take that opportunity. Because it's actually really inland, which is nice. Because sometimes they're quite a bit deeper and it's harder to actually pull the clay up, and you got to keep going up for air a lot more often. And I'll take it. Oh, hello. Okay then. Apparently we are going to end up with a lot of clay this mission. I will take it because it's nice to find it so easily available. As I said, deeper you are, the harder it is to find the chunks of actual clay that fall off. I think I missed one there. Did I miss one? I don't know. Let's go up and get air, though. Don't know if there's any other pieces to pick up that I completely missed. Let's do a quick scan here. I don't think so. I don't think any hopped away from me in a weird way. Alright. Up we go. Yep, that's fine. That's totally fine. Wow, 2 major chunks of clay. I should probably go save. I'm definitely going to be low on the risk-taking venture until I do save. I'm not seeing any bubbles nearby. Oh, I am definitely going nowhere near you. back into shore. Might have to circle around the island. Circle around the island with the raft. Oh, there's the falling off of a shelf. Hey, look, wreck. Okay, that's fine. Let's get up here for a second. Where am I? So, along the sandbar, opposite the large rock. I'm not far from my tent, so I'm going to go deal with that. Let's grab the 2 cooked meats, and we'll munch on them. Alright, we'll just have to carry the clay normally, but in case there's a lot of boxes, we'll just leave the clay here for the moment. Alright. It's just off that sandbar where I found another wreck. A lot of the wrecks are a little bit further out, and you can often spot them with sort of bubbles, presenting on the surface when it's a bit calmer. It's a little harder to see when you got some of these white caps. But sometimes you just got to go to where there's where you can see just below the surface or just poking above the surface. There we go. The existence of a wreck. Ooh, we've got more buoy balls. We can make like 2 rafts. I was constantly worried that if I made a sailing vessel, it would take me a while. Oh, look at all that. Sweet. Constantly worried up that I would be able to make 1 raft as a sailing raft and then not be able to quite easily find the next bit of buoy balls that I want to build the raft out of. I tend to like using the buoy balls rather than other means of flotation just because I think they look better. I know an aesthetic choice is kind of a silly one, but alright, so I'm gonna have to come back for the buoy balls, and that's fine. I know exactly where they are. It's kind of low risk being at the end of this sand. No, it's not an isthmus. That's in the middle of a river. Peninsula. That's an inward chunk of water, or no, an outward bound. Yeah, you know what? Never mind. Okay, so let's find out what's in here. Oh, look at that. Okay, so I can store an extra one of those. In fact, I can store all of these in there. Sweet. That is really super sweet. So, okay. So, save now, save off. I need my axe, which I think is not in there. It's in here. I'm going to put back that. Not that it really matters. We're going to bring back another set of buoy balls. Buoy balls. Buoy balls. Buoy. Flotation units. Huh? Confused. In line with the rockets over here a bit. Somewhere. Am I having issues? Alright, back to shore, trying to get my bearings. There, right there. Right there, you can see a mast just poking above the water, another indicator. So, that's fine. Oh, look at that. There's another container. No, that's just the front of the ship. That's the door. Alright, come on, come on. I'm trapped here somehow. There we go. Okay, where did the balls go? Did they all float to the surface? Is that what I'm seeing? It's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's haul butt to shore before a shark gets us. This has been a super productive, even if I just go home now, and I actually do have to go home now because of that meat. So I don't want to waste any more big meat. That was such a shame I lost all that crab meat. I definitely want to get all this stuff home. I think I've been out to that wreck. I may have to come back to here anyway. Alright, let's do this. Let's very quickly check to make sure that I actually investigated this wreck. Pretty sure it's the case. And yes, this is enormously difficult to see in. This is not just the stream. I can barely see a damn thing. I am gonna bail on this. It's way too dark. It's quite pretty, but it's way too dark. I was just barely able to see the edges of anything, as I'm sure you could at least partially tell on the game stream. Oh, hey viewers, how are you doing? I don't know if anybody I don't think anybody's in the chat room, but you're welcome to stop by and say hi or not. It's not a big deal. I can barely pay attention to the stream as is, so I am not mortally offended. Alright, so okay, so I'm gonna come back, but I'm gonna want to refill the water bottle. In fact, I should, you know what? Let's actually drink some of that. I only have spots for one more item. I'm gonna want to come back here to collect the rest of these resources and maybe take one last poke around this. So I will take back as much clay as I can, which I think is 4 pieces, and that's as much as I'm going to be able to do. Grab you. Get you out into the water. Go on you. Which way am I going? I'm going specifically there. Yeah, there. It's almost impossible. It probably can't be seen on the stream. It is just barely visible on my screen, but I'm pretty confident I can basically head, hang on, that way. Oh, that way. There we are. Still haven't found more of those light beacons, though. I really like those solar lights. It must be said. Oh, look, more viewers. At least more people stopping by briefly. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to my stream. Well, welcome to my ocean, as it turns out. Somewhere, I'm sure, in the South Pacific. Or on an alien planet, take your pick. I'm making a couple of fairly boring trips across the ocean in the next few minutes, so bear with me. But dawn will be arriving probably during the course of all of that, and boy howdy is that ever pretty. And sunset. And moonrise. Actually, the whole game's pretty. I have to give the authors credit for making this feel very oceany. Another game that I really like, Raft, which I've played with friends, and a little bit solo. Built some amazing rafts and followed some amazing story. They did a pretty good job, but Raft takes the cake on the sort of, I don't know, the feel of the ocean, the weather, the actual islands themselves. You can just barely begin to see the beacons that I have. The beacon that I have at one end of the island, the lit fire of the kiln I have at the other, and those bookend each other nicely. I really like that effect. That even gives me an orientation. Boy, howdy, did that ever work out. Like, that gives me a compass as I approach, implicitly. And I got another light that's in the middle of the island. It's a little harder to see. I may move the light up to the highest rock. It's not quite on the highest rock at present. Oh, hey, just lurking while I play Stranded Deep as well. I'm on day 56. Hey! That's fantastic. I do that too, actually. I sometimes find games that I'm in the middle of enjoying that I know I won't get spoiled on explicitly. And just, play along while I'm watching another stream. It's a nice, interesting way to share. It's a little bit like reading a book when in a room when somebody else is reading a book. It's like, you're still hanging out. Still sort of sharing a moment, even if it's not directly interactive. Alright, so here we go. Up we go. Oh, come on. I'm totally not losing you again. Most terrifying moment in Raft is not battling the sharks, it's losing your frickin' raft. Sorry, it's Stranded Deep, I mean. Okay, so we got a bunch of smoked meat from the last one that I cooked stuff. Of course I don't. I don't have room for anything. Let's just drop those off first. Let's go deal with the meat situation. Oh, and we got spammers. That's just fantastic. Can we... I gotta figure out how to click to reply. No. Oh, well, how do I... pop out the chat? Raids, urban request, show mod icons. Still not used to this interface. It's more complicated than I would like. Users in chat. There we go. So let's see, we got Decrazy Man and Cackrell are going away for spamming. Sorry, I'm not interested in... and I guess they came in and popped out. Alright, well, that's the way it goes. Okay, that's fine. I can't do anything about them. I'd like to be able to... Oh, look at that. I can ban Cackrell. This user's not been banned in the channel. Why not? That makes no sense to me. Alright, well, I will have to look up how to deal with that later. I'm actually searching for more potatoes for my potato farm to make fuel. Yeah, I was wondering how to make fuel. So, I've now been given the hint. I was thinking fruit, but obviously potatoes is another way to go, and I don't have any farms yet, so that's my big thing. I have tended to harvest out of the ocean, coconuts and the like, and as you can see on my main island, I guess you can't see the whole island, I do not have any farms. So I will be engaging in that. I kind of wanted to get to the point, I don't know, I'm going after a sailing raft is I think my next target, if I am honest. I'm going to have to get my junk better organized at some point. Oh, come on. We're not losing any of you either, but there's a divot in the landscape here, so... I did build the fuel still, I just haven't gotten the farms. And when I go and do the farms, I want to do, like, a lot of farms. Like, I'm going to try to mass... I will spend some time doing more or less nothing but farms for many hours, just getting that up and running. Oh, and that's actually, I wanted to do those two, so let's go and sort that out as part of this. I am so easily distracted. It's amazing. I still have my head screwed on straight. Right. Great. Order of operations failure. All right. Okay. Back that up again. Yeah, I think I'm only on day 16, 17, something like that. I'm not super far along. But I do have an enormous amount of resources. I got lots of food. I am not suffering in any possible sense of the word. So. Right. All right, let's fill up the bottle. All right, I think that's as full as the bottle's going to get. And now I'm going to get the still going again. I can drop off my clay in my clay pile here. Got gear over here. I can start making some blow dart guns or whatever they are in order to battle some of the bigger, nastier beasties in here, which I don't really actually want to encounter anytime soon. Perfectly happy to leave that for another point. I'm not in this for the glory. Right. Okay, water axe is still okay, and my gear is still over on the other. No, the gear is not over on the other island. It's over here. So that's fine. I'm gonna leave that the way it is. I'm going to stuff my axe and my water bottle. Brain thinky out into my hands. Okay, there's that. That I'm gonna pull out. I'm gonna pull this out because I'm not taking it with me. It's using up a slot I don't need. I can leave the pick in there. So you know what? I'm going to take the pick out of there. And the reason why is I don't think I'm going to get any more clay just now. I've got more than I need, and I don't tend to make clay bricks. So, for the moment, I'm actually okay on that front. So you are going here. Spare coconut. Can I whack you with a pick? Yes, I can. Oh, look at that. I didn't know you could do that. Terribly efficient way to get into a coconut, but it's okay. Pick. Going down on my tool and gadget pile, and boy howdy, I need to clean all this up too. Got lots of smoked meats. How am I doing for food? I'm totally up on food. My health is coming back. I need more water. Leather. Those are leather strips, but add my rawhide to that pile. I don't have too many things that need rawhide either. Potatoes. I need to start growing potatoes, but I can do that after I come back with stuff. So, you have nothing. And actually, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull you up and add you to my growing list of I have nothing in you pile of boxes, which I'm going to use as storage at some point. I've got the 3 containers I tend to want to carry with me that contain all my stuff. I usually bring between 3 and 4 containers to a place. So let's plan. I have enough to be able to build 2 rafts in terms of the buoys. So I want to do that. I want to build. I want to be able to build my first raft, and I've got a little bit of time here before morning, because I'll head out at first light. Let's check this out. The biggest problem is making the propelling system, because I have everything else I need. Vehicles. As far as propulsion goes, I want to be able to make, oh my god, raft canopy, anchor, sail, and rudder. And I have enough to build the raft motor. It's just that I can't fuel it yet. So actually, you know what I'm going to do? I know this is silly, but I'm going to pre-create the raft motor while I'm here, so that I can't accidentally use the materials for anything else. Except I need. Why do I not have? No, I think I do. I have duct tape. It's right here. Why are you being obnoxious? User interface. There we go. Because why? A hammer is required for vehicles. Okay, that's fine. I have collected hammers. I've got like several hammers over here somewhere. Then that's the refined hammer. Yeah, they're all refined hammers. So I have no worries in the hammer department. Okay. Alright, so there's my motor. That's interesting. Okay, so I need to be able to place it on something as I build it, which kind of makes sense, not allowing you to necessarily have a... Yes, you can't build here some way. You can stop notifying me now, thank you. Okay, let's instead then 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm gonna put these 3 boxes temporarily up here for when I head out. Let's build that first layer raft. What do I need in order to build the base for the raft? Vehicles. It's a buoy balls raft base, and it just requires lashing and rope. Well, so here's the thing about rope. No. I don't want to quick craft any of that, thank you. Rope. The quick build system is sometimes a little fickle. Alright, so, buoy balls, raft base. Right. So there is our raft base. Let's go. Actually, we may be able to sail this evening if I'm smart about this. Let's put this over here. So there's our raft base. Wonder if I can attach an engine and a sail to the same raft. It's not obvious why I couldn't. Interesting. All right. Anyway, so that's the raft base. But now I need a raft floor, and I quite like the look of an ordinary wood raft floor, especially since the raft is reusable. The bricks require, brick bits, brick scrap, and it requires a lot of clay. And I just, the planks I'm gonna leave for plank ramps and the like inside my house, I think, because I don't have a way to build them anyway. So I'm just gonna go with an ordinary wood raft floor. I like the look of it. I'm okay with that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Wood raft floor. Done. Oh boy, howdy. I know it looks like something right out of a bad movie, but that just, I don't know. I just like the look of that. Alright. Drop off. I'm going to drop off that on me. The next thing I'm going to need in the vehicle department. Oops. No, vehicle. The vehicle department is, we've got the raft base. We've got our floor. That's the base. For propulsion, we're going to want a raft sail and a raft rudder at minimum. So that's going to take rope, cloth, and 2 sticks. Okay. Cloth, 2 sticks, rope. on sale. That's hilarious. Alright. The hardest part was the vehicle engine part. I had multiple pieces of the other parts, but only one vehicle engine part. I put in my boat motor, but I still need another for my gyrocopter. Oh, that's rough. I think, I wonder how many vehicle... That's a good question. I wonder what the vehicle engine parts I have. I have one engine part that I can definitely use for my primary engine. Yeah, I've got multiple. I mean, that's part of the problem of randomly generated worlds, right? Is it can't really be truly random, or sometimes you get screwed. So, I'm sure they're out there. I hope you do find it. Yeah, I'm nowhere near the gyrocopter stage yet. I'm just at the sail stage, so... But I'm having fun doing it. Raft rudder. Again, cloth, 2 sticks, and rope. Alright, we can do that again. So cloth, 2 sticks, rope. Creates a rudder. That's like the best thing ever. Okay, and then we definitely want to build an anchor in case we have to anchor it offshore, and it brings it on parity with our rubber raft. So the anchor is 4 rope, 1 stick, and 6 rocks. Wow. Okay. Okay. Just double check that. I just forgot what I just said because my brain is mush. 4 rope, 1 stick, and 6 rocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 stick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boy, that used up that resource faster than I thought it would, but okay. Do I have my hammer on me? Yes, I do. Because I need the hammer on me in order to make this work. That's an anchor. And then, you know what? Just for giggles, so that we can say that we've done the whole thing proper, I wonder if we can build a raft canopy. Let's see if we can build a raft canopy. That requires 4 sticks, 1 cloth, and 1 rope. Cloth. 1 rope. Okay, so I can't build a canopy above something that has a sail. I can't poke a hole through the canopy. That's okay, because that probably means it's meant for the powered system. So that's fine, because, okay, I can totally deal with that as a distinction. So we are going to make sure we unload all the stuff we don't need here. We're going to unload the rope over here. I don't know where I'm going to put rope. Let's put the rope over here by the ties. Cloth we can drop here. Hammer we can drop over here. Where are we in the water department? We're a little shy on water, so we're going to drink all of that. We're going to grab 4 fiber to get that bootstrapped again. Okay. I knew I left my pick behind, except I'm not going to take, I'm not going to bring the pick, I decided, didn't I? Because I'm not going to pick up more clay. I don't need more clay at this point. So we are going to, at this point, I think, retire the raft. Just for now, anyway. I mean, it's still fun to putter around in and the like, but let's try out our sailing vessel, because, like I said before, the last time I played this, to any serious degree, I didn't have sailing. I had the powered rafts, but it didn't have the fuel requirement. And we've just built this. And we're going to be building another obviously powered one down the road, but let's take our friend out for a spin here. Now this is a bit heavier, so I might end up anchoring this instead of you know, driving it straight into shore and leaving it there. But all right, come on, up we go. Okay. Okay. Ooh, boy, that really gets you going, don't it? Okay, so hang on. I want to actually go to that one over there, so... Oh, I like this. Oh, this makes me feel all shiny. I like the fact that the sail is sort of oriented to the wind so that you don't have the problem of sort of adjusting it independently to get your various tack and the like, but it still sort of aims in a direction for the wind. That being said, you know, I actually like games that have sailing, that have some semi-realistic sailing at least, and I think it's a lot of fun to learn how to make that work. But at least, if my steering is normal, like, my steering should be reversed. They should have had more fun with this, making the steering reversed because you're using a tiller, but given all of this, I at least like the tiny little aesthetic detail of having the sail pointing into the wind. Oh wow, no, we're really quite motoring, and I don't have to do the paddling thing. I may stay with the sail for a while. Not that I don't want to get the powered, because I'm gonna want fuel for the gyrocopter anyway. I will upgrade the tech as we go, but how awesome is this? This is, by the way, where I have to say the game Raft actually does the rafting part of this better. Obviously, because they focus on the raft instead of the island. I think a hybrid of those games would be nothing short of amazing. But different styles of gameplay. They're intended for different tasks. Oh, wow. I'm just grinning all over the place. Okay, so now actually what we can do is we can... You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually on purpose going to circumnavigate the island during the day and see if I can either spot wrecks, which is a little tricky as I'm sailing by, but not impossible. Especially because I can go above the shelf here with less risk of being caught by the sharks. Unless that happens, thank you, you rat bastard. So, new rule, this is not a stable base. Okay, so I'm going to have to remember that. It's less stable. Wow, that's rough. That's rough, buddy. Alright, so. Look, the anchor works. Okay, so we got a thing we got to watch out for. We've clearly got a thing we got to watch out for. And that's that the shark cannot turn it. Now, what I can do is I can make that wider and longer. Like, you can have multi-section rafts, and you probably should if you're going out and dealing with things that might attack your raft. I remember that from earlier on in the game, earlier on when I played this game. So the practical upshot of this is I could expand that. Now the question is, do I want to expand that or go for a powered one? And I don't know yet. I do not know. But I'm carrying boxes, so let's get on with this. I might save the fuel for the gyrocopter. You know, because I like doing the sailing thing. It's fun. It just, I don't know, it just feels more thematic if nothing else. But I'm still going to want to build the gyrocopter, and so I'm going to still want to go down that tech tree. So I might make this one wider. I'll make it, maybe, you know, given where the sail is, maybe make it triple wide, and then eventually maybe double long. I'm not sure. I'll have to figure that out. I don't know where I'm going with this game. That's kind of half the fun, right? As long as I can keep myself alive, everything else is gravy. Now, I don't need to chop down more resources as such, but I'm going to take an axe anyway because I might get more yucca plants, like the stuff for the water rope, because they used a lot of it. I was going to, while it was sunny, check out this wreck again. It's a little tricky given that the shark is nearby. Rat bastard. Did I save? I don't remember if I saved. So, save. Let's see if I can sneak on board this thing without getting eaten. Otherwise, it's going to be a very quick reload. I just want to be duly diligent to make sure that I haven't left behind a crate or something. No, I've been in here before. I kind of remember that, actually. But there are tires. Worth taking with me now. Except I'm not sure how. Be careful of that stupid shark. Which is right outside, so... Do I have to... I'm not entirely sure how to... Oh, God! Okay, this is a new problem. Wow, they really want a piece of me today. Okay, let's see if we can't get clever here. Look at that, I can fit the tire through the door here. So this is my new project, is to try to find a way to it'd be a real pain for me and not actually come through the door. You are, aren't you? Okay, gotta find a way up to air. New project. Here you go. It is possible. Okay, so let's float you up. I honestly don't know how to process tire scrap. I don't know how I'm going to get those home. I don't know what the intent there is by the game. But, oh, hello, can I pick you up? Are you a... I don't know what's going on there. Alright. Tricky fitting it through the door, but it's a doable thing. Okay. Come on, get through the door, you. Well, this is the new project. I would point out that if it weren't for the fact that I had the sharks outside, I would not be trying to do this ridiculous task. Where did the other tire go? Ah. The other tire is getting uppity. Alright, you know what? Let's get these to shore before I go after the third one. I'm a little worried about losing it. So, I mean, the tires are useful for building basically more raft bases, I would expect. What I might have to do, maybe, if I can't break them down, do I, like, build the base sort of here? Like, bring the materials I need here and build it here? Be a weird difference in mechanic compared to the buoy balls, but sure. Why not, right? Go away, Sharky. Alright. Last tire. Oh, nope. I managed to get it free. I was thinking it's actually stuck. It's embedded itself in the wall. And I'm running out of air. So here we go. Risky run. Get some air. Let's actually get inside and get the air here. The one mechanic I'm glad they kind of took out. I'm not sure if I'm glad they took out, but I noticed they took out anyway. Was you can't accidentally cut yourself on the sharp edges of the metal. You know what? In retrospect, I kind of liked that mechanic because it did at least require you to be a little careful about the wrecks you were monkeying around in. So good and bad. I didn't mind it. Gotta get air, gotta get air, gotta get air, gotta get air. Wow. Alright, down we go. Not entirely sure what it's stuck on. Probably one of the less efficient ways to go about doing this. We are getting down into nighttime, which is making this even more risky. So we're going to grab this and we're going to go out the short way. And book it for shore. Go, go, go. No time for skirting around. Going right by the sharks even. That's terrifying. Did I lose a tire? No, I got all 3 tires. Okay, that's fine. So let's get these all the way up on shore because I've had storms and I've lost rafts. And while I'm at least 80% sure it couldn't get the tires on these rocks, I wouldn't swear to it. So that's interesting. I can't chop them up. But if I go into the vehicle section, that requires 2 tires, which means I need to bring rope here and turn it into a base here probably. You know what? That's okay. I can kind of live with that. I'm not going to expand this until I can expand it at least one on either side of my sail. So I'm going to need at least 2 sets of... Okay. What do I want to do here? I'll mine supplies. Not too bad on the food front. Not fabulous on water, but I do have my water thing. Blocks I just picked up. Now it's getting dark and I can't see darn thing. Okay, got a little bit of water into me. Let's that back. Let's grab a stick. I kind of feel like a fire. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I didn't find any more. Okay, it's so neat I have that raft there. I could make a T-shaped raft, actually. 2 on either side for the symmetry left and right, and 1 in the back to add stability in the backwards direction. That would require me to make 3 more bases. And I wouldn't want to do that if I didn't think I was going to stay with the sailing motif long term, because the bases are kind of finite, the amount of material. So I'm going to have to make that conscious choice. These sticks I'm going to use to fuel the fire, so I'm not going to take them back with me. I can't take the tires back with me unless I attach them as a raft, so they're going to have to stay here. Where's the pity? Alright, here's what I'm going to do. It's easier to spot disturbances in the water when you're on your raft. So I am going to... Come on, get on board. Retrieve the anchor. I am going to be a little stuck here. Until I... Come on, can I pick this up, please? Thank you. Uh-oh. Oh, God. Okay, so we have learned something new. Learned something very new and very important. And that is, don't have your sail down when you lift anchor, or your sail is going to or your raft is going to rocket away from you. So we're going to take a quick sail sort of around the island here. See if we can spot disturbances in the water that could indicate a wreck. Because in the absence of being able to defend myself super easily, with like a blow dart gun or something, with the sharks in mind, I kind of want to drop down into the water where I can see a thing that might be interesting. Now, the bubbles indicate often boxes or tires or something. Hey, look at that. There it is. There's a disturbance. Right here. And I'm going to get clever, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to anchor my ship above this. Is a disturbance? Yes. Okay. Ready to lower the sail. Yeah. Unoperate. I'm going to drop anchor. And now I'm going to swim for shore. Yeah, there's a shark right there, and that's extremely bad. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for those, and that's why I came out here this trip in the first place. And they're easier. They're not impossible to spot in the day, but you often have the choppier waters and the white caps, and it's a little harder to see. Another way to do it is to get up high and take a look. You can clearly see it visible there now. Well, it's not that clear, but off in the distance. I'm trying to look at the stream to see if you can actually see it on the stream. It's a little tough because it's a little, it's not that bright a game in the dark because there's no light. It's just moonlight. That's good. That gives me something I can salvage and take home with me. Do not want to find the snake. Let's avoid the snake. Snake is a pain in the foot or leg. Oh, we got a pig after us. Is that the thing? I don't want a pig after me. I already had to deal with one pig. Pain in the oinker. Alright. So it's really the opposite end of the island from... Oh, I've just gone all the way around. Yeah, it's sort of the opposite end of the island from the raft. Or from my landing point. Where is the... No, there's the arrow. So the arrow's fine. This and this I can add to this general pile. Save. What's my status? Kind of hungry. Don't have any food, but the island, as long as I don't get bitten by a snake, shall provide. I mean, it'll still provide. It'll just mean I'm bitten by a snake. Provide snake bites. Not really what I'm after, I will freely admit. It's a bat. Not really interested in bats, if I'm honest. Alright, I have probably exhausted the coconut supply on this island for a little while. I know the snake, because I've been here before, I know the snake tends to like to hang out in the middle. So I'm going to go to the far side. But it does occasionally like hang out by the boat. Let's see if I can find a... Find a coconut up any of you. That'd be nice. Yep, look at that. Alright. That'll cover my food and liquids slightly until morning, and I can do the dive, and then I can head back home. Because I went more or less around this whole island. Well, I went around half the island, but I got a good vantage point on the ocean from this point here, and I didn't see any other ocean disturbances that were like really close at hand. Just ordinary white caps. I will do the same from this outcropping. Blah. No, those are just white caps. No. I think I found the only other major wreck here. So, with regards to all those boxes that... oh, hi Random Gaming, how are you doing? Guys in chat will have to be patient. I occasionally don't notice that people are in the chat. Pleased to have you stop by the stream. And make sure that I get a little bit of food and water in me just to sort of tide me over until I can get back home. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to save. Do I have enough time? Can I sleep until morning, or am I too close to morning? Yes, I can. Okay. Dun dun dun. Alright, let's go. Do a little diving in the area that I said I was going to dive. Now, I don't need any of this because I can't shoot them with a bow and arrow, so dump that. Dump all of that. May need the axe in case there's something to detach from the boat. Alright. Here we go. We're all the way at the end here. I am liking the skill tree, being able to upgrade your athletics and your cooking and all that kind of stuff. I'm glad they added a skill tree. I hope they keep expanding that, making it interesting. Alright. Let's go take a look. Somewhere down here. Is a boat. Look at that. Alright. Down we go. Let's go find a box or three. So, sure. Open chest there. Quickly scan the interior of this. Not seeing anything. Just quickly scout around the outside of the boat while the sharks are not here. Okay, so probably anything that's of value I have to go inside, and that's fine. I really hope I get my deep sea... oh god, I'm bleeding. Oh, that's fantastic. So the question here is whether or not I actually use up resources managing bleeding, or I reload the game. I'm just going to make a bandage when I get back home. I've got the resources for it. Just this once, mind you. There may not be anything in here. And I got poisoned. That I can't cure, so that's a clear indication that I should... There is nothing in here, which means that either I've gotten it before, or I'm not walking in the right spot. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Although technically it doesn't matter. I'm going to be restarting this anyway. Yeah, I don't have the resources to deal with bleeding. I've started to deal with poison. So, grisly and horrifying death. Probably better than... You died from bleeding, poisoning, and drowning. You survived 19 days. I don't think you can get more than 3 at once. I suppose if I were bleeding, poisoned, and I fell from a great height, impacted the water, and then died, but then it probably wouldn't have said drowning. Anyway. So that's how I go about finding crates and specialty gear and the like. But this island was a bit of a bust in that respect. So I'm going to sail back home, refresh my stuff, and head right back out again. And I'm going to do that on stream because I'd like to do a little bit of diving with you guys. It's a lot of fun. So this is when I last saved, was I guess just before I did the sleep thing. Before I packed away my gear. So let's pack away my gear again. Alright. So let's get the clay, because it's the one thing that I can't easily generate back there. Back home. Alright. Get a bunch of clay. I am going to leave the sticks here. I don't strictly need them, and I like to make sure my fires are kept stocked, so that leaves this in a good spot. I can't bring the tires with me at present, but that's all right. I think we're ready to go. Let's actually make a night of it. Let's actually so we're gonna save. So I gotta go reclaim my raft, and I gotta sail it around the front of this thing and then head out in the right direction. So let's do that. Lickety split. We don't need more resources from this island. For now. We will come back for the tires, especially if I can find another set of tires. Because then I could add a bit of balance to the... I could add tires to the back. I'm a fan of symmetry. I suppose I'm a little bit neurotic that way. So what I'd like to do is either get one set of tires at the back and 2 barrels on the sides, or maybe the other way around. One of the reasons for symmetry, though, is to keep this thing balanced as I travel. So, we're going to do this the right way. Operate the rudder, lower the raft, and I can just reach the anchor. So that's the right order to do this, so you don't hose yourself. Alright. So actually, just due diligence, I'm going to sail around the this far direction, just to see if there's any other wrecks that I might have caught. Now, it's possible that in a previous visit to the island, I managed to get down to that wreck and just pulled the stuff off early. I did get a few hits that way early in my harvesting. I didn't focus on it. Didn't notice anything down there. Where's the pity? I can't look down to see if there's anything else down here, so arguably I should do this in the day in case there are wrecks down there that aren't giving off bubbles. Oh, look at that. I am disappointed. I thought the sail was actually pointed into the wind. It's not. It's just pointed off to the side stylishly. Oh, well. Hey, Stranded Deep makers. Why not expand upon the exercise of sailing in the game? Add a little bit of tack to it so that you have to adjust the direction of your sail, maybe. I guess it would make it a little harder to play the game, but... Alright. So that is my camp. Boo, I am disappointed. So, sailing by here, let's get our bearings. It just so happens it should be pretty easy to see the arrow from here as I swing on by, and we're going to head straight out and across to that distant speck on the... You can barely see it on my screen. Probably isn't all that visible in the game stream. But I also know it's about 45 degrees off of that bigger island there because I've been out here enough times. Got to use all of the navigation tools at your disposal. I've navigated by moon, I've navigated by compass. I'm not sure if the Starscape is unique enough to be able to navigate by it. Perhaps if you set up constellations. It'd be nice, I guess, from that point of view if some of the stars are just a little brighter, but I guess that kind of mimics our sky anyway. I may have to study the sky at some point and see if I can, make up constellations that coordinate, or see if they map to our own sky's stars, and whether or not they're stable gameplay to gameplay. I mean, it might just be a fixed skybox, you know what I mean? Graphically speaking. Which, all those things could, or it could be randomly generated, but point being, it might be possible to navigate by the stars. It's almost a 2-hour session. I'm still having fun playing this game. It takes me a while to ramp up the sort of energy to play this as long as I have, I think. Because the early start is a little bit tricky to get going. Actually, I mean, there's going to be a spot. Okay, lower the sail. That's fine. Come on, can we get the anchor from here, please? Alright, it's tricky to do from here, but if I'm careful... That was weird. I'm still getting used to how to deal with the order of operations to do that safely. But that's okay. I think we're good. Okay. I'm getting 1,000,001 boxes here. I may have to spend... I'm going to spend some time off stream getting those organized in sections so that each section contains some of these items, so I can get these items off the beach, because it's starting to get a little messy. I mean, I've got it organized in piles that I know where they are, but... Alright, so... I'm going to drink everything. Drink all the things, because I'm... Alright. Alright, so we're good there. Our next target is actually... So we've done the two that are there. The tall one represents... I'm going to walk clockwise around the island. Counterclockwise. I'm going to walk clockwise around the island. So I've done that one again to do Rex. I've done that one again to do Rex, because that's the one I just came from. I think those are the two I'm interested in, aren't they? Because there's none in that quadrant that aren't over the visible horizon. So that's that one. That's the one I just came from, even though I swung wide arriving home. The next one is indicated by... Oh, I don't think I... Do I have one in that direction? If I have... That's hard to tell. Where is my arrow pointing there? Did I never go there? Is that a thing? There is a set of... there's a set of arrows here, which point at that one. I have to wait until morning to see if my eyes are just fooling myself. That is pointed... that way. I don't know if there's a second, if there's another island that I haven't been to. So that's that one covered. I don't know if there isn't one. So where? Oh, and that one points there. So I think those are the 3 from the original game, or from the original, like early back in my playthrough that I started out with. Don't think there's any in between, except that might be way off. Like they're not in that sort of first tier of islands that I could easily get to. So that's going to be the new direction, because I'm going to go there and try to do the same sort of diving, harvesting. If I find a big supply of clay, I might come back for it. I'm not too worried about the clay part of it. I got so this actually at present I've got one set of tires that I could attach together as part of my another base, and I already got buoy balls here. So if I can find either another buoy balls, or tires, I can expand my raft in a nicely symmetric way. If I find one or more cans. The big oil drums. That's another thing. Alright. So let's see if I can't clean this up a bit. So while I'm here, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Actually, that may just be perfect, somewhat ironically. So, and I know this makes no sense in terms of the visual storage capacity of these things, but oops. Go get the plank scrap. Store that in this one. So quite a bit of scrap that way, so that's cleaned things up nicely. Let's go and grab. So we're gonna have a large pile of mechanical bits floating around everywhere. So let's just start with the air tanks. Right, we're gonna lay these out as tools. We're gonna have, I guess, see if we can find engine part, filter, fuel, filter, electrical, engine, has another engine. Alright, so, oh yeah, I gotta drop off my, oops. Oh, that's that, and that's, oh, that container already has stuff in it. What am I doing? Okay, so, let's put this over here for now. We're gonna grab one of the empty ones. Dump it here. Dump the engine parts into it. I'm gonna keep engine bits slightly separated. This is all organizational, and now that the sun's come up, I can save that for later. So let's save that for later, because I want to get on with lots of clay. How are we doing food and liquid wise? I can do with more liquid. We're gonna do that. Oh, I'm gonna grab my bottle and make sure it's got water in it. There it is. Alright. Oh, must have gotten some liquid in the middle of the night. great because I still got, I had water in here, but I still had lots of fiber. So that's fine. Next thing to do, while I'm waiting for yet more water to come through, make sure I'm good on the water front here. So, save the game. So let's take a quick look. So, of the islands that I can trivially see and get to, let's do this one more time, people. So we've got these arrows pointing at that island. That's really, really obvious. We got that one, and there doesn't appear to be an easy to see one in between. And that's fine. Like, there's probably one roughly in that direction, just because random distribution, there might be one out there, but it's beyond the first ring of islands, and that's what I'm focusing on at the moment. Again, nothing more in that direction that's super obvious close up, but then there's that one. That is my next target. And that's really easy to see. So, arguably, once I... okay, so I can just sail in that direction. Sailing isn't an issue. I've got all the stuff I'm going to need. It's already been populated because I've already put a base there. A tent. What do you call it? One of these things. Shelter. Put a shelter there on all of the inner ring islands. That was actually my very first task aside from collecting resources from them. And so the crapshoot is that I can just go there and camp out. Food-wise, how am I doing? Could do with some food. Okay. Alright. This is worrying me that I'm eventually going to disturb it accidentally, so I'm actually going to move these. Oh, there's more of that kind of scrap, so I'll have to deal with that. There's really no other place to put this that makes sense, though, so I'm going to try to lay it out on top of this rock rather than the sand. See if I can pull that off. Sweet! I'll take it. Okay. Alright. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to pause this for just a second. I'm going to take a 2-second break to get myself some liquid or reheat liquid, and I'm not going to stop the stream. I'm only going to go away from the keyboard for a very brief moment. So hang out. I will be back in about 2 or 3 minutes. And I'm back with my next carbonated bubbly beverage. So, I noticed that I have lost one of my viewers. Oh well, that's what happens when I take a break. That's alright. So, we're going straight back into playing. Whoops, that is not the right thing. Let's do this, and that should take me straight in. I'm just going to double check my audio levels. Yep, yeah, everything's coming through. Always got to double check that. Always manage to screw up the stream somehow. That's not true. I've actually been really lucky, but I have had some minor disasters. So I think I'm ready to go. Except I don't have my 3 crates on me for general transport. And yeah, let's book it. We can get on board our anchored craft here. So that is weird terminology. That's what I would consider to be a raised sail in any colloquial sense. Whatever. Okay, so let's get that going. Okay, let's thread this needle here. And we are headed out in the direction of that island. Oh, this feels lovely. It really does. Oh, hello. I think there's clay right below me. Okay, so I do have maybe some clay resources around the whole island. Something I didn't check, by the way, but that was alright. Alrighty. Interesting. I'm going to do a quick turnaround here. What happens if I do this? Just not sure what the orientation of the sail is. I don't know how that works. Okay, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Get my butt over to the island. Certainly a lot of a smoother ride across, I will say. Probably a little bit faster. Very serene. So, sail out of the way, and we're basically golden. Okay, I like that. It's very smooth. We're going to come up here, and we're going to save. Am I... I'm having a moment. I think we just left this island. Okay. Yep, because...
Doesn't look good.
And that would be me not being careful with this thing. Okay. I have done something silly here, and unfortunately I've now saved at this island, so I'm going to quickly boot it back to home base and find out what the heck happened here. I didn't think I'd been on this island this pass. Tires. Am I a blithering idiot? I might be a blithering idiot. That's troubling. Okay. Well, we have you, and I don't like you there, so we are all in butt. Maybe it's that island I intended to go to? I think it is, but rather than risk crossing... Well, it can't be that one over there, so it's going to probably be this one, which means what happened was when I headed out of here, I headed out at the wrong angle. I got to go back to the main island and try to find out. Got to get my bearings on where I am, or I'm going to be confused forever. There's some moderately nice cloud effects going on in here. I love these sort of towers of cloud that are sort of undulating across the sky. Very lovely. Oh, interesting. Sail might be deploying in slightly different orientations every time it comes down, but I really wish it was tied to the wind. In fact, either allow me to control it or have it tied to the prevailing direction of the wind at all times. Because then you can still steer just with the standard keys, but it kind of makes a little more sense. You could also have it so that if you're attacking into the wind, you can't go directly into the wind. Even the simplest sailing games often, or games that have a sailing mechanic, often have that, so that you at least have to tack sort of at an angle against the wind in order to go into the wind. Which, by the way, is an awesome little bit of physics that just... I know how it works, and it's still delightful to see, being able to actually sail roughly into the wind because you're basically pushing against the ocean. Don't work without a rudder, matey. Alright. Let's get a better handle on what the hell is that I screwed up here. Yeah, so I came off at the wrong angle. What I actually wanted to do... So I wanted to head... to that one, and actually just to... Oops, just to verify. Hold the fort. That is not what I wanted to do. That is not what I wanted to do at all. Alright. Let's just double check this again. So I did move this marker, and that may have confused me. Yeah, so I got 1, 2, 3, right? When I placed these sticks down, I pointed them at that. That is not actually what I wanted to point them at. I wanted to point them over there at that one. So partially me not paying attention when I set out, and partially me tying my motion to an incorrectly placed arrow. That is totally my broken... Alright. There we go. Now I'm happy with that. But I'm here, and there's going to be water in here for a couple of different reasons, not the least of which it's raining. So we're going to grab some water while we can and make sure we are well watered. And we're going to grab some food so we are well fooded. And save the game. We're going to do this again, this time with less stupid. Oh boy. Up we go. And we're on the raft. Alright, let's see if we can do this in the right order. Quickly do that. We'll grab that, and then we'll hit that. Yeah. Now we're headed in the right direction. Alright. That's fine. I may have to head out for more carbonated beverage at some point this afternoon. I won't play this all. Well, I may end up playing this all day. I'm actually quite enjoying it. But I'll probably take a break from this. Do a little Phasmophobia. Might do some of this War of Mine. Haven't done that in a little while on the stream. Turns out I'm really bad at that game, but it's still a lot of fun. I can say that about a lot of games I play. Alright. We're sneaking up on this island, waiting to see signs of the shelter that I built. It's taking a long time to spawn in here. But I see my arrow, and there's my shelter. Okay, so we are going to do something here. We're going to do a hard turn. We're going to lower the shield. We're going to let go of the rudder and drop the anchor and hop off. How do you like that? Like I've been doing it forever, which is arguably not far from the truth. So check this out. This is the island that I had a whole bunch of leather resources from a previous. I guess I had to deal with a pig here at some point. I totally forgot to take it with me, or I had to bail home and then forgot I'd done it. I mean, yeah, I'm forgetful, almost, chronically so, but very odd that. Anyway, there it is, my axe. Oops, up the axe. Thank you. I'm good on food, so I don't need to worry about that. I technically don't need my axe for much. What I really want to do, actually, is I want to save. I'm going to take one trip around the island, seeing if I can spot anything. No, this is silly. I can more easily... It's hard, so, yeah, come on. There, and go. It's far more easy to spot wrecks and the like from, even during the daytime from here. Now, it's harder to spot the bubbles when the ocean is choppy. But one thing is definitely true, it's easier to do when you're out here. And in the sunlight, the one advantage you do have is you can see down into the depths just a little bit. And I probably would have picked up the crates and stuff from nearby, like that one I think I've already dealt with. So let's keep an eye on the ocean depths here. Look at that. Is that buoy balls? It might be. Let's do this as fluidly as possible. It is. I like that. Time to clean up. So this gives me my two side pontoons, which I'm going to definitely do. Okay. How do we like them apples? That was worth it right there. So having done that, is there an under? Is there something over and under here? Quickly scout the edges. There is an underside to it. Can I get at it from the back? From the stern. Oh, that is the bow, actually. I don't think I can get in there. Alright, well, I'm not going to get myself trapped out in there trying to prove a point. So let's just hop back on board here. And we've got all 5 of the balls, so that's great. So we're gonna do, we're gonna retrieve the anchor. We're going to grab the rudder. We're going to hit the sail because there is a shark right there, and I really don't feel like upending my craft. Night is falling. So what I'm after here, I'm not going to be able to see into the ocean very well at all. So what I'm after at this point is to spot those bubbles. And I'm going to stay here until morning and do another pass tomorrow morning because I don't have anything dragging me home immediately. But I'll make a couple of passes around the island, just to be diligent. Check. Ooh, good heavens. Check that sunset out. It's quite shallow here. I will double check that spire that I see, yes, coming out of the water. I don't know if I've been to that one before, but it's always worth checking. But that one I can check in the morning. That one's in line with the tall rocks and the short rocks and that small spit. Alright. Yeah. I'm not going to try to do that in the middle of night. It's a little too freaky. This, huh? How beautiful is this? Like, I've created screenshots of this game just to have a screenshot, maybe as a desktop background and the like. Alright, so I'm basically making a second pass around the island. Did I miss something on the roof of that? I don't think so. I think it's just flotsam. I don't think it's useful. Alright, that's fine. Just want to double check. But I've been to that one before. So that's, yeah. So I'm going to make one more pass around the whole island. Just to see if I can spot more bubbles. Boy, that's lovely. What I think I'll do, actually, is I will anchor this boat at that other bubble site and swim in, because I think I can manage that. But here's the thing. Yeah. if you want to be really diligent, you kind of have to swim around the whole island and do some thorough exploring, because there's actually stuff that contains, boxes and storage spaces in the wreck that don't have bubbles, so you can find them. I found the husk of like a World War II plane or whatever, off the coast of one of these things. And there was no bubbles above it. But swimming out there just for the sake of swimming is dangerous because of the sharks. Alright, so there's our... Well, that's interesting. That's a bubble pile that's separate from the spire, right? So look at that. That's something to target. So, slow down. That's fine. Do that. Drop the anchor. And then book it back for the shore. Now I'm hoping that stays there. But in the oh, can we? Is there coconut here? Yes, coconut. In case that raft doesn't stay there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the sleep first, and then in the morning, hello, more scrap. Totally take that with us. In the morning, I'll make sure that the thing is still there before I save the game. Don't twite. Uh-oh, that is a bad thing. That is a bad thing. That is a really bad thing. Okay, so that's a problem because I don't want to have to deal with him. I don't need more leather strips at this point. What the hell is my... Oh, he's got babies too, there. I went right around the island, and in fact my raft is right there, so that's fine. Alright, what have I got on me that I don't need to carry with me? That's the thing. Don't need to carry any of those. Don't need to carry any of that. Sleep. Still there. We're good to go. Drop down the coconut. Come on, brain. Backpack. That's not what I want to do. I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to do that. Grab those. Save the game. Book it for those two wrecks. Alright, let's go to this one first. Barrels. Okay, we're going to want to take the barrels with us, so that's a thing. Quickly check out the edges of this. Do we have anything in here? I don't have time to get caught up on Geo, please. Got air constraints to work with. Yes, I realize. Thank you. Coming to the surface. All good. And down. Oh, we got quite a few. We got more barrels. Okay, so we actually have... Oh, look at that. That's what I was after. I was hoping was around here. Right, so there's this. Nothing. This. Another light. Oh my god. I'm totally getting back home to... Do we have any other boxes in this section? No. So wonderful to get another light, and we are immediately booking it back for the island because I want to save that. I do not want to lose them. Because the stuff is randomly generated as part of the spawn when you get close to the island, as far as I know. And the next time I come back here, if I don't collect the stuff, I mean, if I die, it might generate differently, effectively. So, totally saving that because that's a thing. And just because it's nice, let's turn that on, and then... So this is a thing. Picking it up for the sake of putting it in your inventory is just the E key, it picks it up. But if you want to manipulate stuff, you have to drop it on the ground and pick it up with the right mouse. That's how I can do that, so that's lovely. What do I have on me? I have a box. What's in the box? I just picked up. Let's have a look. Nice. Alright, so that's fine. Right. Well. Should be it. Welcome to the storm. Fortunately, when you're beneath the water, the storm doesn't matter. Alright. Let's get these surface barrels first, because I may have to spiny fish. Very easy to get poisoned by them. Alright, so here's the problem. I've got to drag these back like I did the tires by hand. Yes, I realize it's visually a little bit distracting. I'm technically got my head inside the barrel, and that's life. Alright, so I've got the same problem that I had with the tires in that... Get that right back out there. That's slightly horrifying. Okay. Of course, you'd never do this in a real storm for a completely different reason, and that's although the underwater would be fine, getting bashed against these rocks by those waves would be... You would just get crushed like paste. Alright. On we go. So I would be able to build one base out of those, another base out of the others, so there's more of this stuff available than you might think there is. Now, if you recall, I have another 3 barrels I can get out of here. At the stern of the ship. Ooh, that's just every kind of freaky. Alright, stern of the ship. Swing around the back. Those should be even safer because they're trapped by the... We're still following? We still got you coming? Be able to build 2 pontoons, add them to the sides of this. That's just nuts. How's everybody doing? Sheer God. Yeah, that's kind of crazy town. Alright. Quickly book it up here, grab the next barrel. Check how quickly that shelf drops off on this side, yeah? It's a hell of a thing. Oh, look at that. Just look at that rolling wave from underneath. That's just... It's beautiful and terrifying all at once. One more of these, and then I can look at the other wreck that I parked my... Oh, good. It's getting a little calmer. Whoops. Got you? Yeah. Okay, I got you. Oh, that's not good. Alright, well. I'm not abandoning all this work to try to undo that, so what I will do is I will just live with being bleeding until I get back home and apply a bandage to it. As long as I don't get more bleeding, so I'm going to use this opportunity to just do a long... Yeah, here we go. It's a luxury yacht of some sort. So, grab that box. Check around here, nothing. Check down here. Way out. Check over here. Not a lot of much of anything. So quickly get the surface to get some air. Down, back. Can we not squeeze through here? What's the malfunction? All right, so we can't do that. Let's up. Down here. Is there a hole into the lower decks? Yes, there is. Another one of those. That's great. I don't think there's anything else down in here. Nope. Alright. We gotta book it. Gotta book it or we're gonna run out of air. Where is our raft? We don't need to be here anymore. I don't think there's anything more down here that's of importance. So we're going to reclaim our raft. Park it in a more sane spot. So raise the anchor, grab the tiller, set the sail, book it for home. Well, book it for our campsite anyway. Then we're going to gather up our material and head home because I'm currently bleeding, which is not a good thing. Let go of that. Drop the anchor just in case. Alright, we have... I wanted to do. Here we go. We have a couple more boxes. Okay, so I can put an axe away in something. Put an axe away in that, which means we can grab that and that and that and that. And leave the arrow behind. We can leave the rock behind. Actually, we should take the rock with us. Take the rock with us. Actually, how hurt are we? We're not badly hurt. We can make it home to get banished. So, save. And we are heading home for there, I believe. Well, now you've seen me go diving for materials, weird materials. Oh, bloody hell, I forgot the lantern, which is one of the really lovely reasons that I love doing diving, because they help me light up my island. So I've got to go pick that up. Right on the rock there. Alright, so great. Well, that's just lovely, ain't it? Come on. Come on, tip over. I'm not having this. Now we can see the problems with having these things built in a way that... Alright, so I've got two sets of barrels here. So if I'm going to build anything in order to be able to stabilize this, I'm going to want to use the barrels that I got from that and build them both on either side of this at once. And then I can go and add one, or I can add one to the rear first. But I think side-to-side tipping is obviously one of the more serious issues. Anyway. On the way. Right, where was I? What was I saying? Saying I'm gonna run aground if I'm not careful. Got the Pillars of Hercules going on here. Anyway, got a lot of sideways slippage, not a whole lot of forward and back slippage, and that's fine. So what does that mean? Can I even bring up my crafting menu here? No, I can't. So I'm gonna want to bring materials in order to add those two as floors on either side of this. So I'm going to need probably lots of rope plus those barrels plus the stuff I need to build the floors. I can get it side to side stabilized. The question is, do I want to do that to this craft? Now, the sail, this operates fairly quickly. Like, I can move through the water fairly quickly because this is small. But the minute that I have a bigger raft, if this causes the sail mechanism to move more slowly, I'm probably not going to want to waste the resources on it. I'd rather have a slightly bigger craft that's powered and leave this one as a lean, mean sailing machine. So it kind of depends on whether or not the game significantly reduces my forward motion when I have a larger craft, which, you know, it kind of should, you know, if I'm honest. I think I'm drifting sideways. That's interesting. I have gone to the wrong island, haven't I? Yes, I have. Because I am not paying attention again. Hopefully this is one I've been to, or this is going to be a reload situation, because I don't want to spend a lot of time. Yeah, it is one I've been to before, which means that I goofed, and it's probably that I wanted to go to. Oh well, that's alright. It was a lovely sail. I'm taking a tour. That is okay. And there's the tires. So yeah, that's the tires island. So we are headed that way to that island. Alright, that's fine. I'm being a bit of a silly person. Raft has a tendency to twist off course far more easily in sail mode. So here's what I'm going to do. Here's my plan. I am going to gather all the materials to add at least 2 sections to this boat. Using the barrels. Probably bring the balls with me if I wanted to add the third. So I can create a sort of a T-shaped raft. 3 wide and then 1 behind me. Love that fire beacon. The furnace it's kept lit. Given that I don't actually need a light at that end, so I can make do with 3 lights, which I now have. No, 4. Yeah, 3 lights. 1 on the far end of the island, and 1 on either side, left and right, that you see here, and I can have all 4 quadrants sort of covered fairly nicely. So that I can see the island from at least about halfway along its length. And I have smacked into this thing. It's annoying. So, let's lower that. We'll sail over this, maybe? Yeah, alright. I can live with that. So we're going to want to go back to that island. So we're going to do this. We're going to lower the sail. We're going to touch off that. Lower the anchor. And check that action out. We are... Double check that that's anchored. Yes. We are in good shape. We are in remarkably good shape here. We have 1 million boxes, some of which have stuff in it. So, all right. Oops. Oh, what do I want to do? Get back down there. Right. So, we're gonna take all of the things that we want to store somewhere. That's fine. And there's that and that. Leave the axe. All those and the corrugated scrap. Leave those. Grab that. Grab all of those. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna have to leave that last one. So for a moment. So corrugated scrap. I think I have one open container because the other one's full of corrugated scrap. So this is where our oops, not what I wanted to do. We're gonna grab that. Go. Wood scrap over here. Whatever. You are gonna be over here, so you are our metal scrap bin, our second metal scrap bin, because I know I had another one over here. So let's grab that. Try to get a little organized here, even if it's a bit of a flail. Do we have more? We have more. I am being dumb and not doing this properly. Grab that. Alright. Leather, we do not have a box for yet, so let's grab a box for it. And that's going to go over here for cloth, I guess. Let's go and grab all the leather bits that we have here. Rawhide, basically. Not the leather strips. Although, actually, I don't have... Well, actually, I'm probably going to have more than one of both, so... Right. Let's grab another empty container. Crazy number of resources floating around. Right. What are you? You are empty. We have you as, you know, we can have you as rocks. Rocks are good. So we're gonna drop you. Let's just quickly clean up our rock supply. I should do most of this off stream actually, but 3, 4, 4. All right, we need another one. Wow, we have too many now. All right, well whatever. But we'll do that. Right, we need another rock box. You're empty. You are now official rock box number 2. Rock box, clay box, clay box, clay box. We got quite a few clay. So clay and clay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll go from my inventory. Okay. Why? Because I still have rocks for some reason. Why do I have rocks? I accidentally emptied one of these out because I'm an idiot. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Three, 4. These I'm going to take with me in a moment, but so there should now be 10 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. So I'm going to build my. Not sure what I'm going to do here. I haven't figured out my plan. I haven't figured out my master plan. Alright, so let's get a box for fuel bits. box for... I will save this for later because this is getting... I'm spending too much time doing this. So, couple of things left though from where are my original 3 boxes? Up here, right? Yeah, okay, so that's for my axes. So you're an empty, you can go here. You're an empty, you can go here. You are not empty, you are, got my water in it, that's fine. You've got stuff I can toss in places, so how do I want to do this? You, I'm just going to place here for the moment. You, I'm going to place over here for the moment. Got duct tape here and here. I don't think I have any duct tape here. Boy, I got a lot of weird gadgets and stuff. I'm going to put... I'm not sure where to put duct tape. I'll give it a bin. I think I'm going to put utility and binding stuff over here. Even though it's almost always used for... doesn't matter. Oh, bloody hell, I'm bleeding, aren't I? Okay, that's a problem. Okay, for that I need rope. Sorry, I just remembered that, and it's like now suddenly becomes super important that I don't, you know, die. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna grab that, and we're gonna use that. Problem averted. How are we doing on... oh god. Let's just clear that up right away. Okay, still got plenty of that for the moment. That is a gadget. I'm gonna have to have a whole gadgets bin because I'm gonna have a million of those. How are we doing on food? Not so great on food either. We did get a couple of smoked large meat from the last pass, though. Let's just take those off there, so I'm not having to take them off later. Lots of meat. We got lots of food. We are just totally cool in the food department. We're gonna save. Glad I didn't dehydrate. You get so preoccupied with making stuff that you forget to take care of your stuff. I have the same problem in like Don't Starve. If I'm honest. So those are going to be my 3 that I take out. It's already got my supplies in it, except for maybe the... I don't think I used the water, so the water's fine. That is the gasoline. I'll clean... Oh, there's another jerry can. I will clean those up as I get more parts, and I'll do that on a separate stream. So, here's what we're going to do. We are going to put a light out at this extreme rock edge because it's not really anywhere else good to put it. There's no spot out in the ocean like out in the on a far rock to put it, I don't think. So I think that this is going to live basically here. Easier if I figure out how to crouch. There we go. Yeah, like that. Now that one on the center, I love it being up there because it's kind of, but it's far enough away from the edges that it's harder to see, even harder to see from a distance, and sometimes trees block it. So while I really love it up there, see where my other one is? It's out on the boat wreck. It's staying there because that's just awesome. This is actually going to go out. That's the wreck. I thought there was a chunk of land that was out and off the... There it is. I could put it out there, actually, on that rock. But I think I'm going to have it back here a little bit. I think this is actually a good spot for it, right about here. Was I crawling around the island all this time? That's fine. Did say I wanted to crawl. Alright. A little bit further out. As far out as I can get it. Every inch helps. Not going into the water also helps. Yay. So now I've got lit beacons on the 4 corners of my island, counting the furnace as the one for this end of the island. And as I have more lights, I will expand that. I will make sure that I'm really nicely visible. I mean, you still have to come basically half the distance between myself and my nearest island is about as far away as you can see it. But that's still better than a kick in the head, if I'm honest. So let's uncrouch. Okay, so our target, aside from drinking more water, because I apparently have a problem with hydration today, my target is to build a barrel raft base, and check that out. So it takes, it's going to take, I've already got the 3 barrels, it's going to take 2 ropes. So I got to get 2 ropes. So let's get that. Okay, I've got 2 ropes, so the rope situation is taken care of. So having done that, I really wish this persisted and stayed on menu, but so I'm going to be able to build the barrel raft base as an experiment. I think I might do the barrel raft base, and then the tires at the back of the barrel raft base works okay, and I'll save the extra buoy balls for the next raft if I need it. Because, hang on, what about the gyrocopter? What does it use as a base? It just uses, like, oh, it's a gyrocopter part. I actually have to find the parts to make all of this. So that's very questy. So I'm going to need to make more floors. So at minimum, I'm going to need 8 sticks. And actually, that's it. I need to bring a hammer with me, though. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need to bring a hammer with me. Done. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to save. Now, I'm going to do this all in one go. I'm going to go out there, I'm going to build the new pieces of my raft and attach them, and I'm going to sail them around and see how I feel about it. Because I'm thinking that it's going to slow me down by quite a bit. If it doesn't, it's a no-brainer. I'll just do it. Oh, hello. I apparently have an extra smoke meat here. I should drop that off. What am I doing on food? I could do with more food and more water. Okay. If I don't like the way the speed works, I'll just revert the save so I don't waste the resources. I guess my problem is the resources. I don't know ahead of time what this is gonna cost me to go sailing with a large raft. I may be able to build more sails though. Wouldn't that be hilarious? All right. So we're going right back out again. So retrieve that, grab that, and I think we're headed in that direction. Once I have a craft that I'm comfortable, won't tip over, that I can use for a while, I will end up actually using this to sail to much more distant lands. Like literally the second ring of islands. And that's where all the interesting stuff is likely to be. I'm given to understand there's like some specialty islands, maybe oil rigs. We did see a larger ship at one of the islands that I had to abandon during one of my streams because that was when I lost my raft and I had to make my way home as fast as possible. There's lots of stuff to, like, this is where it starts to become exploratory, like even more exploratory. where there's sort of semi-story elements involved. Although that being said, I'm still going to want to pack a kit to rapidly develop a landing site on my island, gather an initial set of resources, and drag it back home, just like I did with these islands. Because of that, I may do that colonization pass off stream because it's slow. I will, but you know, you never know. Maybe somebody else will come by and say hi. Just show it on stream. It's okay. No, nobody minds. That's totally fine. But it also means that I don't have to talk through it all. This is the right spot, isn't it? I think so. Yeah, barrels on the side there. So, sharp turn, real sharp turn. Should have done that in a different order, but I think I got. Really, what's kicking my ass? Okay. Everybody know what I forgot? That's right. I forgot to bring my equipment kit. But because I saved just before I left, this is a prime example how not to screw up. And I am not playing this as purely roguelike as I arguably could, but yeah. For this particular game, my justification is I want to see where I can go with the game, but I want my failure to not be sort of that kind of accident, I guess. Because I could recover from it, but it would just take time, and that's not interesting to me to show on stream. If it were game critical, because I could have just turned around and come back, it just would have wasted time. So, the thing I forgot was to literally pick up my 3 boxes here. Also good to know that there are crabs there, though. I can bring back more meat. So that's a thing. I don't think there's anything else I need to bring with me. How am I doing on supplies? I'm going to eat another little something. I'm good for that. Let's try this again. There, I feel better. Quickly race over here and save the game again in case something else goes wrong. Alright. Rudder. Crappy death. Can I get to the anchor? Nope. Come on. There we go. Straight on into the column of cloud and first star in the right, straight on until morning. Second star in the right, straight on until morning. Something like that. Alright. Yeah, alright. Everybody having fun? I know I am. It would be at this point in a regular playthrough of this game that I would be actually looking at getting, you know, a power draft. And I did mention it before earlier in the stream. Amongst my choices could be to go with a power draft and not do the sail thing. I could actually see where that pig was, if anywhere. Let's race across. And we're gonna do sleep. Now we're not gonna, you know, sleep at night. That's because morning is rolling around super quick here. Okay, you know what? Let's do a different thing. Let's just go and watch sunrise from up here, and/or moonset. So we're getting the beginnings, sort of pre-dawn through the sky. The moon is dropping down. How beautiful is that, right? Oh, so much fun. So pretty. Do have a problem with the moon popping out, though. They're gonna have to fix that. It's a bit distracting. But there we go. We got dawn. Oh, so lovely. Alright, so we've got all the materials we need to try to make it go with this. So let's see what happens when we do it. That is not the way to do it. Do I? Uh-oh, do I have my hammer on me? Oh yes I do. Okay, so here we go. Building vehicles. Barrel base, which I then have to attach to the side of my craft. Barrel base, which I then attach to the, come on, to the other side of my craft. Yeah. I may not be able to, I may have to destroy the rudder in order to be able to extend it that way, or I might have to, no, I can't add anything to the front. I wonder how I do that if I want to expand it. But I have done what I came to do, except that I also want to put flooring on this. So wood raft floor, doink. Wood raft floor, doink. And I don't have anything else specific to claim here. I don't really want to chase down the pig. Although I could. But my main objective here was to get onto this island and see how the raft behaved. So let's do that. I don't have... So what can I do here? In order to be able to use the tires, I need more rope. So, but I can make rope at... Oh, geez, that's exciting. Alright. Let's yep, hang on. Let's unhose ourselves here. So if I'm not mistaken, this is a gamble. I'm gonna take a calculated risk here, but the other one with the tall trees that should have been to my right as I leave this island should be the one with the tires on it. So I'm going to go to this island, gather enough rope to very quickly thatch together the last piece. See if I can take the rudder off of... That's probably a bad idea. Okay, how do I want to do this? Check that out, though. I am motoring, and I'm not feeling like this feels like an excessively big craft, but look, I'm like... I'm doing okay. Wonder if sails stack. Like, I wonder if I throw another if I can attach another sail onto this. And anyway, what I could do is I could actually attach one on either side of it. If I can't, so I've got a couple of options here. If I can get rid of the tiller somehow, or rid of the rudder, and rebuild it, really want to do that, though. But this is an experiment. I'm going to try a different experiment here. I'm going to see if I can carefully haul the tires up onto this thing and take them back to my main island so I can defer the decision until I'm there. I'm moving fast enough here that I'm confident that I could make do with a sail for the rest of the game that I'm not using a gyrocopter. So let's see if I can make this work. It's going to be unlikely, so I'm going to have different problems if I do this, I'm sure. I can do this in some sort of a semi-balanced way. Maybe I can just defer this decision. Why can I not grab my... Because I'm anchored. Okay, that's fine. Can't reef it around when I'm anchored. What I can do, though, is to... It's going to be interesting if it works at all. This, by the way, never really used to work. In previous editions of the game, you'd usually end up like physics jittering your stuff off of your raft. Uh-oh. That took a lot more effort than it was worth. So I can't get this just a little bit better balanced. It's a little bit of physics weirdness where I'm dragging around the very raft I'm standing on. There it is. That's not what I wanted. Still not what I wanted. They're making my life more difficult than it needs to be. Of course, I'm making my life more difficult than it needs to be. Yeah, okay. That isn't going to be terrifying at all. I've got to commit to something here. I'm going to commit to making the sailing raft work, and I'm going to eschew using the powered raft. Which means that one way or another, I'm going to figure out a way to make this work. So, right, so... very carefully try to twist this around. Still want to try to nudge this a little bit closer to. That's not what I wanted to do at all. But that will do. I will. Maybe if I can just. Come on. Come on. Okay. Okay, I have a thing. This is ridiculous. Don't do this. I'm advising anybody attempting to do this to think about their life choices. Yeah. Yeah, that screwed that up, but that's okay. Why are you being such a pig? Because the grab system on here just isn't that brilliant, is basic what the answer is. Bless this game. It has a very simplistic physics manipulation system, and that's fine. So there we go. That's about as balanced as that's going to get. Now I'm definitely saving that again. That's not super balanced, but really, can I maybe tweak that? No. If I try to fiddle with this any further, it's just going to become a nightmare. That's already going to be a nightmare. So let's just climb on board. We're already unhooked. We're going to operate the rudder. We're going to operate the sail. And why are we spinning? Are we caught? I think we're caught. Yeah, we're caught on the sand. I have to float this a little further out to open ocean, or to make this not suck. Okay, there we go. And that's why that doesn't work. And now I'm bleeding. Well, to hell with my life then. Yeah. That's why that doesn't work. Basically, the biggest problem is you become super top heavy, and it's just not really practical to transport stuff back like that. So, not until you have a much, much bigger raft anyway, and I just don't. So what I'm going to do is, because I've committed to this, I actually have 10 buoy balls back home. So I'm going to build 2 extension segments backwards on either side of that. So it's actually going to be the start of a sort of a 3 wide by n deep kind of thing. Rather than try to remove the tiller, because I don't think I can. And even if I can, I don't want to waste those resources either. So I'm going to come up with a solution whereby I sort of encase the two, the anchor and tiller points, and surround them in base. I think I can do that. So, yeah, come on. Move it. Alright. So this is not a thing. So what this implies is, I think the way I'm going to end up doing this, is I'm going to, oh crap, no, that's fine. I'm going to wait until I have another set of tires, or I can use this as a singleton, just for the symmetry of the thing. I can do this. Come on. Let me up. That's right. Just let me up already. Thank you. actually, I want to go... That's where the tires was. Am I getting myself turned around? I don't want to lose track of where my actual home island is. I think that's my home island. Here. So I was going to maybe end up going to that one, and that would have been a mistake. Alright. That's fine. So this is nice. So I think what I'm going to do... I'm either going to build like 2 tail pieces here and here, or I'm going to build 2 bow pieces here and here, and I'm not going to monkey with the bits I've already built. Although I do have a lot of cloth. I'm going to be able to make more cloth eventually, because I do have the loom. You know what? I kind of like the idea of eventually I have this like raft that surrounds this thing, and I've got my sort of tiller in the kind of in the middle of the craft, or at the tail end of the craft, something like that, but a longer extended craft. The anchor can happily sit off the front, like in the middle, what would ultimately be the middle of the ship. I'm kind of okay with that. Cool down. Well, hopefully the storm will help out with that. That was a bit of a mistake. Okay, so what I'm going to do... Wow. Whoa, whoa. That's a thing. I'm going to let the wind blow my craft a little bit away from the ship. More barrels. That's kind of cool. That's fine. I can do this. So more barrels there. That's good. If I can find how to balance that. Let's that. Let's that up. That like that. That drop anchor. Wow. Okay. So that's the thing. How am I doing for... I need a little bit of food. That's a thing I can still do easily enough. Big honkin' meat. I'm feeling super full from that, right? Yes, oh yeah, totally. Alright. So... there's those supplies. Is there anything out of here that I needed to take out? No, because I never really picked up anything when I was there. Rope. What do I need to build the, wow, that is loud. Let's turn that volume down just a hair. Building vehicles. We're going to build the Buoy Balls raft base, which needs, yeah, okay, so I need actually 2 of those. Then I'm going to book it over here. Auger? For fishing, maybe? Oh, oh, that introduces an interesting conundrum. If I want to build... I'll probably find more of these if I want to build like fish traps. I'm gonna need to find more buoy balls, but there's a lot of islands. My chances on never finding those outside of this are pretty small, and I'm not doing fish traps right now anyway. So I'm gonna build the 2 of these guys, and I'm going to attach them, I think, to the front of my ship. I can't. Oh, can I attach it there? I can. Oh, that's interesting. But I can't attach them here. Oh, I can if I come to the end here. Oh, look at that. I can actually do that. That's weird. Like, it's allowing me, but I don't think that I want to do that for the aesthetics of it. So that's a thing. And now why can't I attach it there? Probably because I don't know why. Curious. Okay, let's try that again. Alright. I don't mind it, the anchor clipping through, because I can, you know, abstractly say the rope is passing like through the nets or something, but so there's that. I need a bunch more sticks. To construct a raft base, raft floor. That does look pretty cool, but I'm thinking I do want another piece here. And there's a weird, slightly quirky part of me that thinks I've got barrels just out there, and that's a beautiful bit of symmetry in its own right. So let's just go and grab that, shall we? What the hell? All right. Actually, I lied. I'm going to bring these on here anyway, but then I'm going to go and get the tires, because again, from a, I don't know, call it an aesthetic point of view, it makes more sense for the anchor rope to go through the tires than it does to go through the barrels. Since I only have one of each anyway. Oh, well, there's an interesting question for you, though. I'm going to put those here for now. You know what? God, I can't keep getting distracted. Go and get the... This still has bubbles around it. I'm thinking it might indicate there might be something else in there, so in the morning I'm going to go and take a look and scour that and make sure that it's a thing. Not a thing, I mean, that I've gotten everything off of that wreck. Maybe I haven't explored my own island as much as I think I have, but... Okay, so I'm going to put this over here. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, good, okay. That's gonna be pretty nice. Okay, so, yeah, I could leave that middle bit open. I then run the risk of being able to fall through it, which I kind of don't want. but I can justify, for my own sense of personal suspension of disbelief, tires and the rope going through the floor slats. Which is what I am going to do in the morning. I'm not going to do it now because I want to see what else is on board that ship just first. But okay, so then I've got backup barrels for other work. That's fine. Right, I'm going to want to take that with me because I'm going to need it. I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4 because I'm going to need that for building the floor on top of whatever it is I have. I have the rope. I'm going to go get the tires from that island. Yeah. Doing okay. I'm doing okay. The astute will ask the question, where the heck's the light on this side of the island? Did I not turn it on? Like, why is it not lit? The answer to that is I don't actually... Oh, it fell over somewhere? Yeah, it's in the water. Okay, that's fine. I'm glad I didn't actually go anywhere, because that would have been sad. But let's just... That'll do. Maybe? Just move it over a little. Figure out the... No, that's got it tipped. Nope. Crouch. Got to crouch on a different thing in here than I do in Phasmophobia, which is messing me up a little bit. I could rebind it, but I'm lazy and stubborn. Alright, so there's that. So now that's got that lit up. That's still lit up over there. I'm super happy about how this is turning out. Yeah, so I don't, since I've decided to go wind, I don't need fuel right now, which means technically I don't need crops because I'm not sticking around this island a lot, or I'm not going to be. I'm going to be out and about again, doing a pass of general resource gathering. Right, what time is it? It is evening, which means I could sleep until morning. And but you know what? No time like the present, because I have all the materials I need. As long as I remember to pick up my 3 boxes. Always bring your tool boxes with you. Right. Let's just go and do this thing then. Let's, because, yeah. So we're gonna... hopefully, harder to write itself if it gets completely tipped over, but hopefully harder to actually flip over in the first place by accidental use of wind or whatever. So there's that, and there's that. And we are actually after that island. Yes. It may not be supremely faster than paddling, but it's a lot smoother, a lot more calming. Don't have to do much except just, I mean, you can actually, you know, use a double tap option on motion to say go that way continuously until I tell you otherwise, but I don't know. This is just more serene. I can use this to get around almost everywhere. Maybe not as fast as the powered boat, but I've committed. I've decided to go the sailing route to get up amongst my islands. So here's my plan. I'm going to get this last piece of the raft set up. And that's going to sort of mark the end of my immediate scavenging of islands, of the wrecks and so on. And I'm going to go back into a mode of island exploration to colonize the next ring of islands. So I'm going to have to start keeping track of a little better. Bit of sideways drift on this as I'm floating in. That's all right. I am going to, as soon as I get the next piece, the tires piece attached to this thing, sail it back home and anchor it. I'm going to call that my stream for this morning. I'm going to get myself a nice big cup of coffee at my favorite takeaway coffee place. I still do takeaway, thankfully. And I'm going to dodge this thing that I'm about to run into. Doesn't turn quite as sharp now. Surprise equals 0, right? So here we go. Sharp turn, sharp turn. Lower the sail as I do so. Get off the rudder. Throw down the anchor. Alright. Where are the tires? They're way the hell over here, but that's alright. And then I'll come back and maybe do some Phasmophobia or something. I'm not sure. Let's see if this will work. I surely hope it does. Oh, there we go. Alright, that's fine. And now I need the sticks, which I currently already have. So that's going to be a floor, wood raft floor, kadoink. Check that out. Okay, this appeals. I have something that appeals to my symmetry. It appeals to my suspension of disbelief, I guess you could say. It just appeals. It just generally appeals. I can walk over this without falling through, which is nice. I have the tiller off the back. I may add extension modules here in the back, but it's more likely that I'll expand like outward here to provide more sort of transport area. Because at this point, I could probably transport stuff on this surface with some careful balancing, at least 1 or 2 items. So that's cool. Is there anything else I want to do while I'm here? Not really. I'm going to save the game just as a safety measure. I think I'm just going to head back and park this thing. So the way I do that is sails up. So do that. Point the nose a little bit better out into space. Grab the tiller. Hit the sail. I think I'm headed in roughly that direction. Yeah, we're moving at a good clip. This is a totally adequate substitute for the rubber raft that feels solid, it feels good, and I'm going to use this to get from island to island. And the next thing I'm likely to build is the gyrocopter, because going to a powered thing would involve me building another raft, which because those bases do take resources that are kind of non-renewable, unless I can recover them, or unless I can destroy this and add an engine to it. I think I'll stick with this at least for a little while. I'll explore the next ring of islands with this raft. I am okay with that. What I'm going to be doing then, effectively, is I had about a half dozen islands, I think, that I could get to from my own, trivially as the first outer ring. I'll expand that to the neighbors of those islands that I have not yet visited. But I'm going to have to be at least semi-thorough about setting up shop, gathering the resources I want, and bringing them back, because revisiting an island, I have to be careful, because the minute you go one step further removed from your main island, it becomes a little bit harder to navigate. I may show another one of those colonization runs to show you what I do to set up again. It won't be that much different than before. I still take my 3 to 4 boxes for transport. I still set up shop with a campsite, fire, kindling, and then I basically chop down a couple of trees. But what I will probably do is I will probably take an individual island, restore my supplies for what it took for me to. Oh, and now I've gone and this'll do. That will totally do. Oh, and now I'm caught on something, which is a bit bad. That's fine. Replenish it with the resources it took to colonize the island. Now I'm paranoid that I didn't anchor this correctly. I lost my raft to the open ocean and just barely managed to get it back. So now I'm a little bit extra paranoid. I don't have any reason to believe the anchor will break. But I do want to make sure it's down and deployed. Yeah, so retrieve means it's already deployed, so that's fine. But I will probably also do diving while I'm there rather than doing it in a second pass, because I don't want to have to come back to an island later. Like I don't want to be 4 islands in and then decide to go back to a previous island, because I might not find it that easily, and that also wastes a lot of time. So what I will probably do is I will probably say, just for example, pick the middle of this trio of islands, the one actually I just came from, and I will look at the neighbors that it has beyond it, and I will see what of interest is out there. But I'm not going to do that this stream, so let's just due diligence. Let's get fooded up and watered up. So I grab some crab meat, and we're good on food. Grab some water. And replenish the still got our backup raft if we need it. I think we're good, because the next stage, aside from exploring for the sake of any story elements that are in the outer islands, is to start gathering more resources to do 2 things. I want to get the farming set up, arguably, and start things growing. But I also want to start building maybe the actual building that I want to build. I'm going to build myself a nice little sort of resort thing here. Probably just going to be, largely maybe a tiered square tower, like a largish, maybe an L-shaped base, actually. I could go out here and then out here on the lower tier. And then build a second tier above it, sort of lower for entertainment, upper level for living space, and then a third layer for like an observation deck. I've often, like the last big tower, or the last big place I built, had that kind of layout. It was really lovely. It felt like a kind of a novelty resort, really. I'm going to make myself as comfortable as I can on this island, darn it. And I think I'm gonna put the farms on the back side of these bushes here, so it's at least partially hidden from the main floors, but probably has like an overhang balcony that looks out over the gardens from the upper floors. We'll have to figure out how that plays out. All right, here we go. Let's you know what? What time is it? It's 3:24. You know what I'm gonna do? I am going to, so that's going to be where the moon sets, is on that side, which means that sunrise is going to come on this side of the island. I am going to wait for sunrise, get myself a screen cap of sunrise off of my island here, something like that. I'll try to find a spot where I can get a good maybe I can get a good spot that incorporates the sunrise, and get a screen cap of that, because that's just going to be really lovely. And then I'm going to call it a stream. So we're going to wait here a few minutes and just enjoy the moment. one of my longest gaming sessions, 3 hours and 36 minutes, all in one go, which is kind of why I want coffee. So I don't have any bubbly beverage left, carbonated bubbly beverage, and I don't have any more coffee. You can just barely see that fourth light. Because that one yucca tree that's in the way. That's alright. Isn't that nice? Throughout this session, I built myself a really decent raft. I've done a lot of diving to get extra materials. I found an extra light, which makes me super happy. Lots of resources. I haven't really hit any resource walls yet, even on the clay, which is a little trickier to get than some, anyway. I don't need much more than this for this session. Certainly not. I'm going to turn the audio up just a bit. We're not in a storm situation, and those ocean sounds are delightful. There we go. Quite a bit louder. That's lovely just on its own, right? A little bit of a moon set here. Behind the clouds. Quite serene. But when you see what I've got planned for the resort, or when you see the resort slowly start building itself up, you'll realize why I'm probably going to need about 5 times the amount of sticks that I currently have reserved over there. And probably about 5 times the amount of palm leaves too, and chopping down palm trees. I don't want to denude islands doing that, so that's why I like slowly building up my resources over time. And you know, this point, 1 to 2 palm trees, maybe 3 if it's particularly thick island full of such trees. Pull it all into resources here, to the point that I'm probably going to make the engine cry. The last time I built it, when I'm going to build. Little bit of a slowdown walking into the space, and every time the island came into view, when you know, the graphics engine in the game just started crying. Oh wow, okay. I mean, they need to work on the abruptness of that coming on and turning off, just like they had to work on the moon disappearing too quickly before it goes over the horizon. But how beautiful is that sunrise? All right, so here we go. I'm going to capture this. I'm going to capture this using a snipping tool. There, I captured it using the snipping tool, and I'm back into the game. Just going to wait a few more minutes soaking in the ambiance. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Codeweaver. I'm just going to save the game here. This has been Codeweaver. I have enjoyed playing this game with you. I'm going to lower the volume a little bit here. And I will be right back into this game over the weekend, probably. Why not? Maybe even later today. I'm enjoying it that much that I can keep doing this as an exercise in serenity. I need like a nice bit of calmness. This is my way to have a vacation, I guess. How can you go wrong? Love the detail on the shadows. Really nice shadows. Anyway, it has been delightful. Thank you, everyone, for joining me for this. I will see all of you in the next stream. Probably Phasmophobia, or this war of mine, or something. Just change of pace in a little bit once I have coffee. See you next stream.